How's it going, everybody? Ni hao. Welcome to a brand new episode of Crypto Clout. I am your host, FaZe Crypto. We're currently seeing Bitcoin trading at 8,679. Yesterday, we saw Bitcoin do some pretty interesting things. We were seeing it trading over 9K for a little while there, rejection at those levels, and then, of course, now I think that this will be an interesting video to discuss Cardano. Now, the subject of this video is going to be Cardano, and of course, what we can expect to see from the project, and of course we'll definitely be tying this into Bitcoin. We have this interesting article right here. Hodgkinson's Cardano claims Hydro protocol is 5 times faster than Ethereum. I think that it'll be interesting to discuss exactly what we've been seeing, reaching sort of a boiling point in the competition between Cardano and the legacy cryptocurrencies, including but not limited to Ethereum. So Cardano PoS Upgrade, one of the most awaited crypto developments in 2020. This will also be something interesting to talk about. But for right now, I really want to talk about this video right here that I have. This angry guy who knows a lot about fundamentals and the founding of Bitcoin. So without any further ado, I'm going to watch this clip, and then I'll be getting back into my analysis of the day.
Banks inflate. Who here actually knows what the Genesis block message was about? Who's read the Times page? What happened in the page? What was being discussed? They were considering buying the toxic assets. The government was saying the naughty banks who were just given billions to refuse to change their business model and risk their money. Again, and if they don't do it, we're going to buy them and nationalise them. So, great, we're going to incentivise banks further to make crappier loans. What a great thing. No upper limit to scale. Good. Economic game theoretic systems. This is what Bitcoin is about. It is economic. Timing models. 1 vote per CPU. This is a republic. It is not a demagoguery. It is not where people get to yell and scream and lie. And very soon, we're going to change that narrative. Very soon, people are going to discover that when you start lying and when you troll, that there are consequences. So, what is a node? A node is not every little tiny Raspberry Pi running everywhere. The machines running Bitcoin in January 2009 were bigger than every single Raspberry Pi. Not a single one of them. The machines Hell ran, the machines Bear ran. Everyone else who joined this thing at that point had bigger machines running these damn things. And now we have this idea that we can't run it on a little tiny, incy-wincy, insignificant machine. Who cares? What is more important? You having a copy of the blockchain, or you having...
So I think that they said a lot of things in that video that do go a long way, and of course are very important points that we always sort of I'm forced to re-emphasize them, and I'm sure that plenty of you get tired of hearing it from me the way that I say it. So it's always interesting to hear a different voice sort of go, give us that analysis. So this will be interesting to use that as sort of a reference point when we discuss and branch upon further topics that are chiefly interconnected with a lot of the different key components of cryptocurrency that we've been seeing. Bitcoin's blockchain activity spikes, value transfers, miner fees, growing. So Bitcoin's value plunged nearly 5% over an hour on 19 January, and at press time was valued at 8,650. Well, this is the second time the King coin's price plummeted after crossing the 9K mark this year. It is still going strong, terms of on-chain network activity and usage. Then, of course, reportedly, Bitcoin's blockchain activity continued its uptrend this week too, increasingly to levels that were not seen in the last 2 months, according to research. Lately weekly report, Bitcoin's blockchain activity is back to November levels, and it will be interesting to see. I mean, we did basically predict this before. I think that it is an interesting thing to talk about, just these different fundamental aspects of Bitcoin, in particular with what we're discussing happening with Cardano, and in particular where we can expect to see something like Cardano going. So as the new decade kicks off, cryptocurrency ADA witnesses a 12.82% price pump. It seems to have finally broken its year-long bearish trend as the home of ADA cryptocurrency project. Cardano is turning out to be quite a promising one. That's because it assures to solve the scalability snag of blockchain networks, and conceptualized by Ethereum co-founder Charles Hoskinson. Cardano did not achieve everything it was promised in 2019. It braves the crypto winter, but the project's momentum suffers in full decentralization. We'll have smart contracts, lots of liquidity, multi-sig paper wallets, and hardware wallet support. So, I mean, it will be interesting to see where a project like Cardano is able to, essentially, like it said, braving the crypto winter and all that. More dramatic language aside, I think that it will be interesting to see how projects like these, Cardano supporters want to see the world change for the better. If we're honest, we care about the price too. Important moment approaching. Downtrend resistance from January 2018 and June 2019 coincides with 200 MA day. If broken with momentum, ADA could see huge move. This is interesting. Definitely an interesting perspective just to put forward out there. I'm not really going to reiterate much on that, but we have talked about that sort of potential. We want to look in line of where we could see a Cardano Bullrun in the short term. But none of this is going to happen with Bitcoin in its current state. I mean, the fact of the matter is, Bitcoin still is, top dog. I mean, whether you like it or not, I mean, it's the market does move in accordance with a lot of these different variables. I mean, there's these psychological aspects of it you really can't overlook. It will be interesting, however, to see how a lot of these different components will be coming together, in a short amount of time. In particular, forget the halving. Could this be what sends Bitcoin to 100K? This article, of course, we've got Peter Schiff lost his Bitcoin, claims owning crypto was a bad idea. I think that it was interesting. I saw a tweet where somebody was talking about how that's an example of a forced hodl, and how it lowers the amount of Bitcoin that's actually out there, which for those of us who are responsible enough with our cryptos, does in fact do good as far as lowering the amount of crypto that's out there, which of course scarcity equals value. No Forbes list. I will not join your stupid website and shut off my ad block for you. But yeah, so it is interesting. I mean, I hope that you guys have found my analysis on Cardano interesting. I think that we did cover a lot of interesting things in this video. Of course, remember, this video is for entertainment, educational purposes only. Of course, I'm not your dad. I'm not your financial advisor. This video is all purpose of this video is just to entertain and, of course, provide educational information. So make sure you do your own research before you make your own moves and so forth. And don't trust any YouTuber out there. Especially this one. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Bitcoin is the most popular cryptocurrency for payment. Interesting. Despite the fees, of course. Anyways, Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Make sure that you guys comment down below letting us know what country you are watching us from. Always interested in seeing that information. And of course, let us know what you think about the current situation. Bitcoin SV, the current top trade up by 7.25%. So all that being said, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. See you guys in the next one. Have a good one.